The following game has been rated E for everyone by the ESRB, and it has no listed restrictions. That means that the content in the game should be appropriate for anyone aged 6 and up. Furthermore, this game is also listed as Early Access. That means that this game is not yet completed, so what you will see in the following video may not be reflective of the final product. You have been warned. Greetings and salutations. I am Outlier, and I bid you welcome to this channel. Joining me today is, of course, my usual co-hosts, Snowball and Wolf. And today we are returning back to Hardspace Shipbreaker. Now, again, we're not building ships, we're taking them apart. So the premise of Hardspace Shipbreaker is that you work as an orbital salvage engineer, working for I guess, mega corporation, for lack of a better term, taking apart derelict and lost and broken ships to basically allow your corporate overlords to sell off the components for profit. Well, yes, also the base materials that the ship is made out of as well. Also, that way you can pay back a massive crippling debt that your corporate overlords have saddled upon you to basically cover the costs of getting you into space in the first place. Yes, that's kind of part of the premise of the game. So you're stuck in orbit at a place known as Morgan Station, trying to pay back 1 billion credits by taking apart a variety of ships that, let's just say, they're no longer in pristine condition. So that is the basic gist of the game. I should point out, however, that this game is still classified as being in early access. That means that the game itself is not fully complete. While there is enough of a game to play and, well, make a series of videos of, it's not fully there yet. So what you see currently in the game may not be reflective of the final product. But on that note, this game is, of course, made by... Thank you again. And that being said, let us begin. Okay, so here we are. This is the Habitation Module. This is where we live while working at the Morgan Station. I should point out I haven't really played this in between episodes, so I'm basically still where I last left off last video. I do have some stuff to work on. Basically, I need to salvage 2 more Class 2 reactors and 2 more ECUs, as well as get 87 more work order objectives complete and about 28 million more credits in order to move on to the next grade of certification, which would be Associate. But we're definitely not getting through that this episode, so while it's nice to know about, that's about all I'm going to talk about it. We do have equipment that allow us to do our job, and the major 2 pieces are going to be the laser cutter, which, well, cuts things apart, and the grapple, which allows us to move massive multi-ton pieces of chunks of ship everywhere. We also have thrusters, because not only are we working in 0 atmosphere, it's also 0G, so thrusters allow us to move around. We have a cross-spectrum scanner to see the unseen, or just to simply see through walls. Helmet to keep us breathing, and because, again, no atmosphere. Work suit for pretty much the exact same reason, and medium to low-grade explosives, because they like blowing stuff up in this game. So that's all the fun equipment. So if we start shift, we look at the ship catalog. So as I pretty much say every episode, there's basically 3 classes of ship: the Gecko, the Javelin, and the Mackerel. Oh crud. Well, I guess we're going to be taking apart this ship. That's what I get for pressing the wrong button. So this is the little one or not, a light cargo vessel, and it's a mackerel, so it should be relatively easy to take apart, if not, well, straightforward.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Alright, so for this we just need to salvage 1 Class 1 thruster, 1 nacelle, over 3,000 kilograms of nanocarbon, and just shy of 350 kilograms of methyl. So, first thing I like doing is,
pressure levels dropping.
And I say this again every episode, is to work outside in and then front back. So,
hey Cutter, you want to see something special? Take a look at that railgate.
what railgate? So we just vent that airlock.
Pressure levels dropping.
Turn off this atmospheric regulator.
Wow. What a beauty. You know, no matter how many times I see that railgate fire, it never ceases to amaze me. Could be you one day.
Alright, so I have no idea what he was talking about, but alright, I just realized there's actually no way to depressurize the cabin while the main body's still
Your pressure level decreasing.
depressurized. So just cut this out. I mean, technically, I guess I could have. I haven't. It's been a while since I've played with the mackerel, so I guess I technically could have repressurized the inside cabin, closed the. Well, gotten to here, depressurized the cockpit, cut through the outer glass, and then made my way back through the airlock. But I didn't do that, so moot point. Oh look, a utility key. I'm going to be grabbing this. Also this data drive. Alright, now we just rip this door off the hinge. That did not work. This door off the hinge. That worked. Because I have no idea what grade of ship this is, so for all I know, I had to vent the fuel. Does not look like it, so I guess we're good. Yeah, usually if there's manual cutoffs, these things are vertical, not horizontal. Let's push that out of the way. Then we guess we get to carving. So that cuts off the cockpit, or as I like to call it, the head. Should probably keep calling it the cockpit. Just slice off the floor. I mean, I could technically just fly clean through the door I opened up, but there's no floor there. Well, that floor piece doesn't go all the way to the base hull, so I can just shoot through the gap underneath. I already cut off that one. Alright, so I'll leave the reactor connected for now. But the other ceiling chunks I'll take apart. I like how the laser shoots through the cargo, but it lit the cargo on fire. Lit all the cargo on fire. Okay, I am going to go this way now. Alright, they're all gone. Oh! That's annoying. But I don't need the cargo for a work order. Alright, so what is this railgun he's talking about? Or railgate? I'm guessing it's that thing because A, that thing looks new, and B, well, it's the only thing that looks new. Although I didn't actually stop and take an actual look around. So yeah, I guess that thing looks... that's the only thing that really looks new, so I'm guessing that's what he's talking about. Shame I didn't actually get to see it, but then again, I wasn't paying attention to what's actually new here. Alright, so this goes to the red maw, or the furnace, as it's actually called. Just pop off the door.
Valuable component incinerated. Penalty has been applied.
Alright, so I'm batting 1 for 75. It said furnace, so who am I to complain against the computer?
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Let's just drag the front of the ship off. Yeah, that's close enough to get to the insides. Alright, so you go to the processor, as I like to call it, the blue maw. Also the barge, which is where the actual components go, I like to call the net. It's essentially the 3 places that everything goes in that you salvage. There is one other place. It's basically your suit pockets. Come on, head out. Yo.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Get in the net. I know it's been a while, but I really should be paying attention to what button does what.
Welcome to the
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
Alright, so that's all the nanocarbon we actually need to salvage. Interestingly enough. Is this glass not fully off yet? I guess not. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be problematic. Let's just hit it this way. Okay, are you off now?
You got 5 minutes left in this shift. Knock out that work order before they turn the lights out on you.
Yes, Weaver. I'm working on it. Things I do to salvage.
Deposit accepted.
Less than 50 kilograms of gas. Glass, not gas. Alright, well, I'm definitely rusty. Actually, not this bad at this. Send that chunk of glass away.
Raw material processed. Credits deposited.
We got this computer out. Down to the net you go.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
And you. Luckily, chairs have no health, so.
Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Alright, so the atmospheric regulators, I like actually aiming because they are worth some coin.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Same with the computer terminals.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Not so much door controls and lights.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Swing around, grab this door control. And this door this light. And since there's no easy way to separate the metal from the nanocarbon for the cockpit, and the nanocarbon's usually worth more than the metal, just feed the remaining front part right straight to the blue maw.
Time is winding down, Cutter. Dig deep and let's finish strong.
Yeah. Gonna use the Stinger for these because I don't want to risk hitting the fuel tank. And pull the lights off as I send the side chunks into the blue maw because I find it's a fun thing to do.
Secured. Account credit applied.
That chunk of glass right here. Okay then. In you go. Alright, one shift down. Alright, so I break 3 soft crates, a mattress, just shy of, well, over 400 kilograms of nanocarbon, 1 computer terminal, some glass, 3 lights, and the antenna base, although that's fused into the nanocarbon hull, so there's no way of getting rid of that unless I want to blow up the ship, and it's just not worth it. As far as I know, it's not worth it. I've never actually truly salvaged one. Alright, so I made more than the expense because, like every other good corporation, they have to nickel and dime you completely. At least interest on the, well, now 885,840,960 credit debit is relatively low at 0.01% interest. But I still have bay lease, bay transportation fees. I'm still renting the cutter, the grapple, as well as the hab, and the suit. Because I'm not at high enough certification to actually outright buy those. But I made over 700,000, well, close to over 3/4 credits. I really need to read that. And total daily expenses are under 500,000 credits. Well, under 500,000 credits. So debt goes down because we made more than we salvaged, and we actually find some data that needs to be recovered. So this is new, and it is Dear Xavier, I wrote you a poem in your language. I hope you like. Sorry for mistake. You are my sun, bright and center of my being, warm fire, always there and burning brightly. You go away, I will die, cold and alone. Please do not be doing that. Love, Anastasia. So I'm assuming Anastasia and, oh, it's an audio log.
Dear Xavier, I wrote you a poem in your language. I hope you like. Sorry for mistake. You are my sun, bright and center of my being. Warm fire, always there and burn brightly. If you go away, I will die, cold and alone. Please do not be doing that. Love, Anastasia.
So these data recovery things that you can find in the ships are, I guess, basically flavor text and add extra background lore and history to the world. They don't really, at least as far as I've seen so far, they don't really factor in much into your actual daily routine or the actual game itself, but I guess it makes it so that way you're not alone other than yourself and Weaver. And some lady somewhere. And messages, I think there's a, yeah, Lily. So somewhere in this big emptiness, there's Lily, who is... Okay, I have absolutely no idea who Lily is. I don't even think she has a voice in the game, at least not yet. So right now it's just basically me and Weaver. So, we haven't finished the ship yet, so let's just keep cutting. Also, my tools do take wear and tear damage. But everything was still in relatively good repair between shifts, so I didn't bother to repair anything. You're just a small chunk of glass.
Material deposited.
Alright, so let's just cut off the nacelles. Because A, they're worth decent coin, B, I have to salvage one for a work order, and C, they're basically on the next chunk of hull I'm trying to salvage.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Alright, random scenic chunk. Let's grab this light.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
And the power cell.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
It goes away. And we grab this fuel tank.
Credit applied.
I do need to remember to leave space for certain
Salvage
things.
secured. Credits deposited.
I think they changed the music. That, or I'm just hearing it differently. Random bottle. Random food pack. Kinda well done. Pop off the crew beds.
Salvage deposit
Send them
accepted.
to the net,
Credits transferred.
as it basically ricochets clean off the ship and bounces wildly. Thankfully, they don't have health, so they shouldn't get damaged. Are you guys going into the net or not? I guess it's already in the net. I wonder if they changed the net, much like they did other things. Used to be in the past, things would just get stuck there and they would just be there. I wonder if now it's just basically like this chamber that things just sit in. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to complain. Truth be told, it was a pain in the butt, you know, trying to get something into the net just to watch it bounce off something that's already in there. So I don't know why the bed itself gets sent to the net, whereas the mattress, which is considered an entirely separate item, gets fed to the red maw, but that's what the game decides, so that's what happens. Grab this atmospheric processor. Apparently we salvage enough metal.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Alright, and okay. Guess they really did change the net. There's nothing there, so just send this chunk of nanocarbon to the maw. Same with this one. Pop off this door control. Send it thusly.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Then we just cut off the airlock. Alright, I was hoping just to use one continuous beam to cut through both of them, but apparently I missed the second one. These two pieces. And then this goes here. Then we cut off the nacelles. So I'm thinking that this is actually a Class 2 ship, or a Tier 2 mackerel. I'm thinking that because the nacelles are actually attached to the outside of the ship. Well, no, I didn't actually pay attention. Remember, I accidentally clicked the wrong button and we accepted this ship for salvage. Nope. The hole's still connected to the ship. There we are. Try not to hit the fuel tank. Cut that off. And you as well. Alright, I think that's actually all of them. For this side anyway. Just pop that off. The actual airlock goes to the barge.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage secured.
Let's get some, grab some more O2 while I'm thinking about it.
Welcome to Metatron 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
Valuable objects processed. Credit awarded.
Alright, then let's finish emptying out the cabin of all of its cargo.
Salvage deposit accepted. accepted. Credits transferred.
That's what I didn't burn away. Just grab all the spare thruster fuel, even though I technically don't need it. I mean, I'm assuming it plays a greater factor on some of the harder difficulties where you don't have a 15-minute time limit. But, to be fair, I've never actually come close to running out of thruster fuel. Not that I'm complaining, it's just one less thing I have to worry about. And the grapple is apparently now damaged. Alright, so let's get rid of the expensive exploding thing next. So we pop off the reactor. And because this is basically a nuke just waiting to go off, we stay away from it.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Alright, the work gets fed to the blue maw.
Alright, Cutter, you got 5 minutes left of this shift before they turn the lights out on you. Need a pattern.
Yes, Weaver, working on it. Alright, so the reactor is the most expensive thing on this ship. I'm fairly certain, especially if I manage to yank the thruster out to this shift, there won't be enough left on the ship to basically warrant salvaging another shift's worth of salvage. So anything I can't get done this shift is basically going back to corporate. Of course, given the fact that all I have left is just the back piece, the thruster, that chunk of ceiling, and the actual frame itself, it shouldn't be much of a problem. Send you off to the blue maw, and then we pull out the thruster.
Credits awarded.
And then we send the thruster to the net. Alright, and that's the last work order for this salvage.
Work order complete.
And I'm running low on tethers. Alright, so the back piece looks like at least one tether managed to stay intact. So that's heading off to the blue maw, which just leaves the last of the frame. And, got a bunch of doors that are in the actual hull that there's nothing I can do about. So, using my last 3 tethers, send the whole of the frame to the red maw.
Cutter, looks like you used your last tether. Head on over to the kiosk if you need more.
Alright, so that last tether didn't actually touch the frame itself. And it's too heavy to use the grappler's force push to push. So I'm guessing I have to buy tethers, otherwise I just basically right off the frame. I don't like doing that, but then again, that's what I get for being fast and not accurate.
Welcome to Vindatron 9000.
Tethers,
Thank
there we
you
go.
for your purchase. Have a nice day.
Say, now where's the frame? The frame is there. Get in the maw. Now. I get 3 tethers at the end of every shift, so... 3 tethers? 3 tethers at the end of every shift, so might as well just use these.
Deposit accepted.
Alright, and the frame gets fed to the maw. Alright, so somewhere there's enough mass left to actually consider salvaging. At least that's what I'm assuming that little bar is, even though I'm fairly certain it's all gone.
Time to start wrapping things up.
So as far as I'm concerned, the little 1 iron knot, 9? Although if it's the 9th one, how can it be 1 iron knot? Who knows? I don't name the ships, I just cut them apart and feed the various chunks to the various places. But on that note, it is gone, so let's end the shift early with 37 seconds left, because I don't feel like sitting out in the vastness of space for no reason. Alright, so we still lost some stuff, but apparently I missed one door console and a bunch of lights. I don't really pay much attention to small little round lights at the edges of the frame, so oh well. Gonna say they dropped the cost of the reactor, but no, that's the Class 1 reactor plate. This is the Class 1 reactor. So yeah, I can usually salvage a mackerel in about 2 shifts. It's the geckos and javelins that take longer. Of course, the geckos are the ones with the Class 2 reactors and the ECUs, but they take more than 2 hours to salvage, and I'm not about to make a video that long. Intentionally make a video that long. Alright, so if we take a look at equipment, I need to buy more repair kits. So let's actually repair the grapple, because that was breaking down last shift. Everything else is still in the high to low 90s, so I should be good there. Especially, at least with the mackerels, the grapple's the main tool that I use. Some of the demo charges have durability. Alright, so if we start another shift, this ship is basically gone, so I could hit continue salvage, but there's nothing to salvage and I'd be basically wasting a shift. So let's view the catalog again and let's not hit the wrong button this time. Alright, so since I'm already halfway done the video, there's no point working on a bigger ship, so I guess I decide which is the next mackerel I get to chop up. Alright, so it looks like the ones with the most value are going to be these 2 station hoppers, either the Pacific Williams 10 or the Gamamine Explorer. Pacific Williams 10 is classified as a hard salvage, whereas the Gamamine Explorer is classified as a medium. And there is only about 50,000 worth of credits salvage difference, so no reason to put in extra effort. Let's just go with the Gamamine Explorer. Alright, so what's the deal with this thing? Not gonna tell me. But I have, well, more stuff to salvage this workload. So I have to salvage the airlock, the reactor, the power cell, over 6,000 kilograms of nanocarbon, at least 1 nacelle, 1,300 kilograms of metal, and 3 computer terminals. And this is a transport gecko as opposed to a cargo one, so there should be a bunch of seats on the inside.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
There's also, I believe, a grade 3, so the nacelles should actually be connected on the inside of the ship. So I could have sworn there was a 3rd nacelle here. Not nacelle, 3rd antenna. So rather than just chopping it off the side of the hull like I did the last mackerel, I have to actually crawl inside the ship in order to, well, cut off the nacelle. But let's just chop off these pieces, because I believe this whole chunk just goes to the blue maw. As does this.
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
Of course, if I can just easily push these around, I question why am I wasting tethers on these? Let's just do it this way. Oh look, the airlock.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
We just climb on in.
Airlock pressure levels increasing.
Alright, so here we are. Oh goody, a power junction box. I hate these things. They explode at the slightest provocation. But there's no cargo in here. Well, I say that with like two soft cargo thingies in here. So, as usual, vent the ship.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Okay. Let's just pop off this door. There we are. Alright, and so what I was looking for last time was this thing, which is the thruster vent control. I basically plug in the key that I basically found last ship, and it automatically flushes all the fuel out of the nacelles and various other places. Alright, so let's really quick pressurize this area, because the front of the cabin, because the cockpit's also pressurized. So I'm going to do what I should have done last time, which is depressurize the cockpit.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Grab this data drive, because it's here. Cut my way out through the glass without trying to fry the computer terminals. So without trying to fry the computer terminals. Seriously, what are you still connected to? Close enough.
Deposit accepted.
Then I go back in through the airlock.
Airlock pressure levels dropping. Airlock pressure levels increasing.
Vent the main cabin of the ship.
Air pressure level decreasing.
And then vent the airlock.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Right, so now the side compartments are still filled with O2. This is going to be annoying. Alright, so one way to vent it, I guess, is to just cut off the cockpit. I basically read it no longer as attached, so the O2 started venting. I mean, it worked. Also disconnected the front of the vessel, which I'm always all for. Feed these little side flangey pieces to the respective maw.
Processing valuable object. Credit awarded.
And we cut off the sides of the cockpit. It gets me access to this coolant tank without it exploding. So I can easily get it out, and it's free.
Salvage
So,
secured.
oh look, munchies. To the furnace with you.
Object expected for processing. Credit deposited. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Alright, so now that we got the sides off,
Credits
just gonna
deposited.
grab this door control because I'm right next to it. Swing around to the front and figure out why this glass wasn't being cut. I think I know why this glass wasn't being cut. Because of this chunk right here. Alright, are you free now? Yes, you are. I guess it doesn't highlight things as it used to, so.
Raw material processed. Credit deposited.
Just pop out these computer terminals. And these chairs.
Salvage secured. Count credit applied. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Come on. Stop fighting me.
Got about 5 minutes left in this shift, Hunter. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Weaver out.
Salvage secured. Credits
Oh, I
deposited.
think that's well past that point. But that should be my third computer. And I now have less than 100 units of O2
Salvage
left,
deposit
so let's go
accepted.
grab some more.
Credits transferred.
Welcome to Ventron 9000. Have a nice
Oxygen level stabilizing.
You know, for all the things that they changed, they really should put in a different button to exit out of that menu without closing the work orders. But what do I know? I just play the game. Come on. Out you go.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Alright, so this time around there are these storage bins in here. Not really important, but much like every other component on the ship, they're worth coins, so I yank them out and feed them to the net.
Credits deposited. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Nope, get back here. You go there.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Almost broke that light.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Alright, now that I've gotten everything out of worthwhile, like I said, I've gotten everything out of worthwhile. Actually, no, I stand corrected. There is one door control still here. Because the power junction boxes are a pain in my existence. I just yank it out, it starts exploding, it's fired off to the net, and I half expected it to explode, so... Oh look, random door. Door's not random, it's the thing from there. Alright, so now, pretty much every object... Oh, that's the... Hab. So, like, what's this thing then? To realize this little wrench icon to denote the resupply menu. So, other than the doors, which I can no longer technically get out because I removed the door controls, everything in the cockpit has now been processed outside of that chunk of glass which bounced off the nacelle and the actual cockpit itself. So, feed this to the blue maw because, again, I could try cutting away all the metal, but it's not worth the time. Random bag of chips. As it looks like it bounces off the brick, the storm brick.
Let's put a bow on this shift.
Alright, that's probably going to bother me more than it should, and the fact that it bothers me at all is more than it should. Just get this drink bottle out of here. You know, for a derelict vessel, this place certainly has a lot of refuse, which is probably what made it derelict in the first place. So let's grab all the little goodies inside, most notably that repair kit, which I can use. And then we'll just simply start cleaning out the trash, because I have now 10 seconds left. And I don't feel like doing anything else with this shift right now. There we are. Alright, so we managed to salvage over 1 million stuff. Apparently one antenna got destroyed. Interesting. Must have missed. Okay then. Ah, and more data recovery that I've not seen yet. Apparently there's a whole bunch of stuff, but nothing audio log based, so this one is from EduSysCom class report. Hi Mommy, teacher says I should send my report to you too because she said it was good, so here it is. Earth, my home. Earth, my home is nice. It is where me and Daddy and Ricky and Buster, our dog, live. Mama used to live here too. Now she is in space helping people live on other planets. Mommy said she was going to come home for my birthday, but something happened and she didn't come home. One day, when it was windy, the sky turned blue for a bit like they said it used to all the time. That was nice. I hope I get to live where the sky is blue all the time. I hope Mommy comes to live with us there too. The end. Kristen, I'm 6. Then we also have hiring stormwatcher guides now. So hello, we hope this message finds you well. Our analytics have determined that you may be interested in a new occupation. I have over 800 million credits left to pay off in this one, so I'm looking for a new job. Great. In addition to great pay and benefits, employment in our Stormwatcher tourism program is equal parts exciting and satisfying. Exciting because the hurricanes over the Atlantic Ocean continue to get bigger and less predictable. Satisfying because while you're sharing the power of Mother Nature with our guests, you are collecting data that may someday help us tame her. We are 17 on Echo Family Adventurers' top ecological vacations. Our storm watching tours continue to sell out months in advance. In addition to a generous base salary, it is not uncommon for our best guides to double, sometimes even triple their salaries, with tips from our lovely customers during peak season. If you're interested, please apply via SATCOM, attach your full medicals, and send a vial of your blood drawn and witnessed by a notary of the Republic to the SAT link below. We hope to hear from you soon. Troy Noble, recruiting world-class ecological tourism vacations, Earth and Earth Village. Earth Village, I think, is some city on Mars. And then we have Eat the Rich text. For centuries, the elite have climbed our backs, stood upon our shoulders, and breathed the fresh air of the good life. But instead of lifting us up with them, they continue to kick us down. Instead of inviting us to the table to fill our bellies also, we left to fight amongst ourselves like rats for the crumbs that fall to the ground. Not anymore. Without us, they are nothing. Do not forget that. It is time that we get what we deserve. Our numbers are growing on Earth, but also above. We are rising in the shadows for now, but soon we will see the light. You will see the light. The tables will be turned, and those that deserve will have. Oh, we will have. Be patient, be vigilant. Our time is coming soon. Soon. I wonder if these are tied in somewhere. Like the mother, Kristen's mother used to work for this world-class ecological tours and vacations company, and either she or someone she was working with on the ship wanted to eat people because apparently cannibalism is a thing in the far future. But that's a moot point, so everything's just shy of 90%, so let's just keep working. Not my job to care about the former owners of the ship. My job is to basically take it apart. Kind of miffed that I missed this railgate firing. Oh well. That's what I get for not realizing that there was some form of update and being inside a ship where I couldn't see anything. You know, doing the job that the game wants me to do.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Anyway, let's just pull off all these chairs, because the chairs are worth a small amount of coin, and what exactly did I grab? I'm glad chairs don't have any HP to break, so there's that.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
I'm also glad that the chairs don't do damage to the helmet. I think that's the third or fourth one that's bonked off the helmet as I'm trying to get it out of the ship. Maybe second. I'm not actually paying much attention.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Same with these soft crates. Now, the hard crates would probably crack the
Salvage
glass.
secured.
In which case I would have to go back to the resupply terminal and fix the suit, because the suit's the only thing keeping keeping the character alive in the vacuum of space. So if the suit breaks, he dies. No way to sugarcoat it, he just flat out dies. And I've been working so far on what I guess most normal people would call a no-death run, and I would like to keep the casualty list down to 0. Yes, I'm well aware that I can technically be cloned and respawn, but I would prefer not to do that.
Salvage destroyed. Please avoid damaging valuables.
What the? What broke? Oh, I must have hit the fuel tank. Darn it. I mean, it still reads as the airlock intact, so. I was not paying attention. I forgot that the tanks on this one are vertical because it's a more complicated ship. So let's just yank that nacelle off.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Same with this nacelle. Alright, send this side piece to the blue maw. After grabbing this light as it goes away. Which gets sent to the net.
Salvage secured.
This is still attached, isn't it? Alright, now go to the blue maw. Not the blue maw, the net.
Salvage deposit accepted.
Yeah, I'm not risking that.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Alright, so especially with these back pieces, I find aiming for the outer edges of the blue maw, because they gotta go into the processor, is best. Otherwise, if you aim too deeply, the tether, which just pulls in one direction, would get the chunk of nanocarbon caught on what I like to call the storm break, which is, what's it do with this light? This wall piece between the blue and red
Salvage
maws.
deposit accepted. Credit
And I found
transferred.
once things get caught on the storm break, they fall within whatever gravitational or magnetic force pulls things into the maws, and there's really nothing you can do about it. So if like one of these nanocarbon panels gets caught right here, right where I'm shooting, it's going to end up in the red maw, which is where it should not go. Alright, so this light here still tells me that there's still gas in here. So I don't quite know what the main cutoff did. But you know, if I don't hit the manual control, something tells me I'll get a gas leak in.
Salvage secured.
I would say on the other one, but then I just remembered I blew up the other one by accident. Come on. There we are. That's away.
Salvage secured. Credit
That's on its
deposited.
way. Alright, so that's one side. I just realized I never actually cut off the top of the ceilings in the bottom. Let's remove the power cell because, well, for lack of a better reason, it's right there. In you go.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
And I would see if the controls are still working, but I just pulled the power cell, which means there's no electrical power anywhere. Go here.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Alright, so that should cut the airlock away.
Processing valuable object. Credits
So that
awarded.
goes down there. Yeah, that's definitely a number. Alright, running low on O2 again, so let's get back to the hab. Grab some more.
Warning. Your oxygen reserves are dropping below
I know.
statistically profitable levels.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Was odd, but okay. Alright, so that's another control for the scanner. A random light here. It's listed as scrap, so into the red maw it goes. Alright, now we just cut off the floor. Now there's no power, but the lights are still producing red light. I think they'd be completely off. And apparently I missed 2 chairs. Well, a health pack. Of course, I didn't really miss the health pack. I just forgot that it was there. Which is pretty much the same thing as missing it. So, moot point.
Cutter, there's 5 minutes remaining in this shift. Get in while the getting's good.
Alright, so this one's probably going to take 3 shifts. Just simply because... Is it shift 1 or 2? This is shift 2. Could be mistaken. I don't remember. But there's definitely more here than I can get done in 5 minutes. Alright, where's the... There you are. The blue mall with you. And you as well. And you as well.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Alright, that's all I need for metal, so the only work order is, once again, the reactor. Well, I wouldn't say once again, because last time I didn't have a reactor work order. Once again, I have 1 work order
Salvage
left.
secured. Credits deposited.
Now that the floor is gone, we just deal with those 2 chairs. You go there. You come with me. And go there.
Salvage deposit accepted.
You
Credits
go there. Thankfully, it didn't shoot at the electrocute the reactor. You go in there.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
It did fry a light though. But I don't much care about the lights, so it doesn't matter to me. Another chunk of nanocarbon. Go there. Go there. Go there.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Cut off the floor of the reactor room. Pop off the computer terminal as it flies away.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Let's grab these health packs. I don't need the health packs and I can't really store them. But I'm yanking the reactor out now. That's the last work order I have to do.
Count credit applied.
The only thing really worth it outside of the frame is now the thruster. And to get that off, because this is again a more complex ship, I burn off this cut point. Burn off this cut point, which is the only thing keeping the thruster cap on. Fire that off to the blue maw because I have about a minute left. I'm not paying attention to where it goes. Yank out the thruster, tether it to the net.
Alright, Cutter. Wrap it up. You got about a minute left.
Use 3 of my remaining 5 tethers to get the rest of the frame in, and I just realized the reactor plate's still technically connected to the Alright, well that's one chunk of nanocarbon I'm not going to get back. I mean, I could cut the tethers, but then I wouldn't have enough tethers to get both pieces
You're out of tethers.
back into their respective maws.
Penalty applied.
And that chunk of nanocarbon I don't think was worth it. Even if I have 15 seconds left. Just fire off the rest of this nanocarbon. Something tells me that's not hitting the maw. Nope, not hitting the maw. Alright, so I can start a new shift and that would automatically be fed into the maw, so I would get the coin that way. But there's nothing left of the ship outside of that last back piece, and that last back piece is not worth 400,000 credits. And so I guess it goes to corporate. Because, as far as I'm concerned, that's the end of the ship. Well, though I do end up making 2.2 million. And you know what, I probably should have split that up between 2 different shifts, but I didn't, so moot point. And equipment, if I look at equipment, everything's still in the mid to low 80s and 90s, so I'll just keep it at that. If I look at the ship catalog now, I'm fairly certain they're all new. Yeah, I didn't have ghost ships in Tier 5 last time. And there was only one Javelin here. But that's all going to be another issue for another day, because I'm going to call it here. Everybody stay safe from the plague, and have a good day.